Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Immersive Minecraft Survival. I am Dig, and today we are going to be looking at some of the changes that I've made off camera. So as you can see here, we have our beautiful map, full, almost, well anyway. We've got our base location right there where that green dot is, our little pond, and the surrounding area, which is pretty nice. You can even see down here in the corner the mob farm, or not the mob farm, the farm with the animals. But today I wanted to show you guys something really cool that I found whilst I was out preparing for this episode. Let's put our armor on and head over to the village so I can show you the really awesome things that we discovered while digging out for today's episode. We're ready. As you can tell, I did a little bit of work on the village, and by work I mean I completely removed all but our little house here that houses our villagers, because I'm going to go ahead and build something really special and I think pretty unique in this area. And this is kind of going to become a little bit of like an industrial farming area and our villager trading setup. But as I was digging out the underground for the farms, I came across a few interesting and very exciting things. One of the things that I discovered whilst preparing for this episode was right over here. And I was just looking for some iron because my tools had run out and I wanted to get some more locally. And so I was going and exploring through these little caves, and we actually came across a zombie spawner, which is pretty cool. We have two of them now, and this one's very close to the village and where all the farm is going to set up. So if I need a mob grinder for XP, I will use this, but more than likely I won't, because the villagers give you a pretty good amount of XP and you can repair your tools with it really quickly. The second thing I found was down here where I was preparing for the iron farm and villager crop farm for today's episode. And honestly, this isn't the only one that I've found, and I'm pretty excited and kind of just intrigued and in awe that there are so many of these in our world. As I've gone through and done different resource collections for this episode, I have discovered several of these, and I honestly just can't believe that there are this many. So yes, there is another mine shaft very close to our base, and it's honestly kind of incredible how many of these that I have discovered. I have discovered, I think, 3 now so far in this world. And those torches down there, I haven't explored it at all. I literally was just running around there getting it mob proof because I died a couple of times to some sneaky skeletons that popped up while I was working up there on the iron farm. The last thing I found, which is so close, it's honestly unbelievable, is just through this door and across that dirt platform ahead of us. And honestly, everyone, I can't even believe that this is here. I'm speechless. But there it is. This is the end stronghold generated so close to where we put the base. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, well, Dig, you probably just used a seed viewer and then just found this biome and put... No, I did not. In fact, normally, I do a little bit of seed viewing, mostly just for biomes. I don't like to expose villages or the ocean monuments or anything like that. I like to have that all explored naturally But specifically for this series, I did not do anything. I just loaded up a random world, looked around 360 degrees, and went, yep, this is the one. And we have gotten so lucky with the generation. It's insane. And honestly, I could only do anything but thank God, because this is just the most miraculous seed I have ever played on. Now, I know what you all must be thinking, and that is, well, are we going to go to the end in this episode? And the answer is no. I am very squishy, and I'm realizing more and more that hard mode is a lot harder than I thought it was. And I have to give a lot of people a lot more credit, because I have died a ridiculous amount of times preparing this episode and in the previous episodes. And one thing has become abundantly clear to me. We need better gear, which is why in this episode I am going to be building an iron farm and the villager crop farm, which is going to help me with the trading of villagers. You may also be wondering what this cross shape is behind me, and this is going to be our 4-plot villager crop farm. I'm going to have 2 of them be wheat, and the other 2 are going to be carrots and potatoes. And then in front of me here is the drop chamber, where the iron golems will fall down, go through a lava blade, and then their resources will be dropped here into a hopper. Now, I'm hoping that having the villagers here for the crop farm and the villagers above won't affect the rates at all or hurt the golem farm, the iron farm at all, but I have no idea. I'm not a redstoner. I'm not even a builder. I'm more of an explorer, and I'm not even really good at that, but I'm trying. Up this ladder is going to be the spawning platform where the iron golems will spawn, and just above that, up here, will be where the villagers are that will create the village, quote unquote, which will then spawn the golems, and they will go down here. These little tunnels on the sides were just bored out in case I needed any extra room, and I'm probably going to fill them in, or at least put a walkway all the way around so I have visibility to look in on the iron golems and make sure that everything is working properly. Now, back here up at the village, there is a cobblestone block. And no, that cobblestone block doesn't just tell me that there's a hole there with the ladders. It is doing much more than that. That is going to be the center of today's project, which is the farms and the market that I will be building. I will be building a medieval market, and we might in the future actually build this area up into a medieval area. And there might be a castle, there might just be a small town, I don't know. But I like the idea of having my villager trading hall be a market rather than just a bunch of villagers lined up in pens, and that way. So this way, when I go to the village, it'll be more like going shopping than it will be just, using a game mechanic that is pretty broken. Now, I have been experimenting with different ways of recording and making videos, and one thing that I was kind of noticing that I didn't really like so much was doing the time lapses. Now, don't get me wrong, time lapses are great for certain things, and they can be really nice for a cinematic tool. However, just showing everyone the building and the resource collecting and everything really is kind of a huge waste of time and effort, because I don't think you guys are really interested in seeing that anyway. And it just makes me take longer to get an episode out because I have to sit there and record and edit all of this stuff up. So today, instead, I was thinking of maybe just recording a couple of clips of me making small progress on the builds and then doing some cinematic shots to showcase it afterwards. But let me know in the comments what you guys prefer, because ultimately I am doing this to entertain you, and I want you guys to have the best experience possible. Here's some of the resources and materials that I gathered for today's project. So a lot of glass. Now, I ended up actually deciding that I'm probably not going to use most of this glass, and these leaves are for the iron farm, so it's a border that they can't spawn on. The wool and wood in here are for the market stalls, which I'm really excited about. And then up here is for the crop farms. Okay, well, I'm going to get started on building the iron farm project. I'm going to be using Impulse SV's tutorial to do this, and I will have it linked in the description below. I've modified it a little bit, but it's easy enough to follow. Hi, how are you? Welcome back. And as you can see, I have finished the farm. This is the villager farm by iMinecraftMC on YouTube. I will link the video in the description. This turned out really well. He used mangrove planks and did things a little bit differently, but I liked the idea of the shroom lights. I collected a bit of those earlier, so that was nice. I've got this hedge, which is really pretty, and I love it so much. I was going to encase them in glass, but that felt like too much of a prison. And this looks like they're sort of just hanging out, doing their farming thing. And as I turn around, this is the iron farm. Well, the lava blade, anyway. The chests are down here, and I can jump down and walk over to that section for the farm. And I will be putting in a bubble column either here as well as up in the middle of what is going to be the fountain for the market, which will go here. And I have a little bit of access hatch down here so I can check on the villagers, make sure they're doing okay. And on our little zombie guy here, and I named him. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I can't see his name, but his name is Fear Me. Now I have to figure out a way to get out of here. Thankfully, I actually fit underneath the lava blade, so I was able to escape. I need a button or something for this door. This is a safety mechanism for the villagers, just in case they get loose or anything. And this hobcobbled mess is the villager breeder. Temporary for now. I tried to make it look nice, and then I accidentally added more beds, and they fell out, so I had to mock up a transfer system again. But I hope this is working now. I don't know. I've been having trouble getting it to work properly. Take a look inside. There are several in here, so it is working now, which is fantastic. They're supposed to come down into this, which I think is maybe too high. I'll have to drop that down one. But I added several beds. This design was followed from Zinji on YouTube. Has a really decent design. It's very simple. I actually, funny story, I had about 20 iron golems just chilling up here in this cave because I had it inadvertently made a iron golem farm, apparently. He took that lava bucket and killed them all, which was nice. It got me a decent amount of iron. But they had to go. Now I will be working towards getting the market built up and processing the villagers for that. But that's going to be a task for tomorrow, I'm afraid. It is bedtime. It is a new day. I'm refreshed from my sleep, and I wanted to take a bit of a break from building after getting the farm successfully built, which took me literally all day, and do some exploring. So down here, which is just right next to where the village is that mineshaft I showed you guys earlier. And this is actually how I originally found it. I went down into this area to look for some resources because I needed armor and tools and things for building. And I went around this corner and spotted the mineshaft. It's just a different way to get into it. We can get into it from the iron golem farm and carrot and potato farm as well. I actually had them originally farming wheat, but I learned that villagers actually just turn it directly into bread, which is not what I wanted. I wanted it to have wheat for actually blocks, believe it or not. Looks like we have a chest here. Wow, there's quite a bit of mobs down here. That's why I came down here earlier and slapped a bunch of torches down. Okay, so we got some rails, golden apple, glowberries, and some bread. Okay, I'll take that. I'm going to leave the rails for there now because I don't want to clutter my inventory up. What else do we got down here? Still can't believe that the end stronghold is down here. That's really crazy. Wow, this cave goes on for quite a while. I wonder if this connects up under my base at all. That'd be really cool. Creeper, I really need better tools, guys. This is just crazy. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go back to the mine shaft. Okay, so let's explore the wooden platforms of the mine shaft here. Ooh, we got some diamonds. That's nice. I like diamonds. I'm not actually going to mine those because we will be getting Fortune 3, hopefully, very soon. Once we get the villagers up and going, I'm going to grab as many enchantments as I can from those wonderful librarians. Just going to clear this away a little bit so I see them later. Okay. A little bit of a precarious walkway here. Unfortunately, I don't have any blocks to deal with that, so we're just going to jump across. I don't like that deep slate is cobbled when you mine it because it doesn't really match the terrain very well, and so it doesn't work for like re-bridging. Obviously, you know, with Silk Touch that's not a problem, but I don't have Silk Touch, and I don't know if I build with stone more than I build with... Ooh, that's a cave spider. We do not want to play with them. No, thank you. Oh, and they got me anyway. But I have a bucket of milk on me because of pillagers, so we're good. And is this just a dead end? Looks like it. You know, I'd really love to find a skeleton spawner. That would be amazing. I want to be able to build with bone blocks, but unfortunately, all we have found so far are zombie and cave spider spawners. Lots of cave spider spawners, wow. Okay, well, I don't see any more chests, so when I find some, I will make sure to record it. I'm currently being hunted by a duo of skeletons that were shooting me in sync, which was kind of cool. They're not going to do it again, unfortunately. And I found diamonds just around this corner. Let me deal with these two. Man, skeletons are no joke on hard mode. Jeez Louise. Alright, and right around the corner here is some more diamonds. So that is nice. Don't mind the mini HUD. That's just for block light levels. Okay, found another chest. What do we got? Ooh, another name tag. That's gonna be nice. And some more glowberries. Alright, so I went down this really long cave-like tunnel, or tunnel-like cave, looking for more coal because I ran out. I only have one torch left. And I found this really cool, like, overgrown cavern thing. The bottom is all deep slate, and usually when I find these overgrown caves, there's a diamond right there. They are all over the place, but it looks like just mostly it's up a higher level, so it ended up with this kind of cool design, which is really unique. Yeah, see there, that's the normal over there. As you can see, we're back up top, and the iron farm is working very well. There's a weird issue where they keep putting things in this top chest rather than going down to the bottom, but as you can see, we are not struggling for iron anymore. And over here in the carrot and potato farm is doing very well also. I think I will have to fix a couple of these because I started a couple off with just wheat, and as you can see, he's kind of replanted the whole thing in wheat now. Same with potentially the back one. It looks like he's doing mostly carrots, but it's supposed to be 2 potato, 2 carrots, and unfortunately this guy's doing wheat. I don't need an infinite supply of bread, so we will go ahead and switch that out at some point. Back here at the villager breeder, there are lots of villagers waiting to be transferred and put into their respective professions, and that means I have to start building. I put this fountain in the middle to represent the center. You might see a difference to the terrain here, and I have marked out all of the positions for the markets. I believe there are 12 stalls in total. So just seeing these logs here is giving me such an amazing feeling, and it looks so cool, and I'm super excited to get started on this. I have been terraforming for 5 hours. Yeah, it doesn't look like I did very much, but believe it or not, I have been terraforming for 5 hours and collecting dirt for 5 hours. I am ready to get these markets built so we can start getting our sweet, sweet villagers and our awesome new gear. It's been a little while, but I think it looks very nice. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am about this. Oh, it's gonna look so amazing having these dotted all around here with all the villagers in there. Oh my gosh, yes. Anyway, so I wanted to show you guys the secret that is in these markets. Now, I wanted to make these functional as possible while also being very decorative. And to do that, I needed to find a way to stop the AI or the pathfinding of the villagers so they didn't cause excessive lag. Now, they're going to be laggy regardless because I'm going to have like 36 of them, but it'll be better now. So what I had to do was place down magma blocks underneath these scaffolding pieces. And what that does is the magma blocks will not allow them to move, and the scaffolding is supposed to disable their pathfinding. And then one additional thing that I will have to go and get is on this block right here, I need honey on each block where the villagers are going to stand. So they're going to stand here, here, and here. And I need to get honey blocks for that. But I'm just going to get these built, and we can set up a honey thing or whatever later. Hi. What would you like to buy? So the market stalls are now finished, aside from one. That one over there. I didn't know what color scheme to go for the roof. I didn't want to repeat any. And I was thinking about maybe doing like a wheat thatch roof, which would be kind of cool. But I don't have enough wheat right now, so that will have to wait until later. There's also a concern about pillagers. I've had several pillager raids come and attack me whilst I've been working on this project. Oddly enough, they actually did not come whilst I was building the market, which I was really surprised by, considering there's like a bajillion villagers up in that hut. But in the meantime, whilst I was digging the hole underground and everything, there were a couple here, which is why I was carrying a milk bucket. But I am definitely going to need to implement some sort of defenses here, because my villagers will be open to being attacked, and I don't know if there is any good way of preventing them from being attacked. Now, there's a couple of options. We could use maybe some trap doors on the sides here so they can't be shot. But I really don't know. I know that they won't spawn on leaves or glass and stuff like that, but I don't really want to cover the whole floor and non-spawnable blocks. If I did anything, it would be all path blocks, so just do the whole area and like this big path block so they can't spawn inside, which that looks kind of cool. But I was kind of hoping to be able to do more of a unique path and ground covering than just path blocks. I will have to decorate this area some more and finish the fountain. I've been looking into different ideas. I don't know what I want to do yet exactly with that. And obviously this doesn't look like it's been traveled on, and there's little decorations and things that I want to put around, barrels, chests, you know, different items stacked up, which I'm probably going to do related to what villagers are in each stall. And I might add a couple of banners and stuff around. But that's going to take some time to get materials and prepped for. But I think I am out of time for this episode today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Uh-oh. We're in battle with a hoglin. I believe that's what this thing's called. Oh, he hurts. Uh-oh. That's not good for us. Oh, run away.